Haiti, one of the poorest nations in the Western Hemisphere, officially hits rock bottom. In January of 2010, Haiti was blindsided by an earthquake of a 7.0 magnitude. Studies have shown that they haven't recorded an earthquake that big in over 200 years. Rescue teams were coming in from all over the world. They provided hospitals, necessary food and water, and various supplies that were all lost in the rubble. As soon as most of the rescue teams arrived, they knew that they couldn't help everyone. Haiti was desperate. After being brutally shaken by one of the biggest earthquakes anyone has ever seen, Haiti is fighting to keep itself together. During the earthquake, everyone was a target because no one saw it coming. People were absolutely shocked. Riots were everywhere. People were fighting, stealing, begging for food and necessary supplies that they needed, or anything they could get their hands on, just like this water bottle. Most people resorted to sleeping under lawn chairs to protect their heads and frantically digging through trash to either find food, supplies, or even their loved ones. It was very common to find people buried under rubble, even after months after the earthquake, but usually they were not alive. 27 days after the disaster hit Haiti, Evan Monsignac was found buried under the rubble, but this time he was alive. When Evans was found, he looked like a skeleton. He said, "I don't understand how I'm still here." He was said to be found by someone he was unsure of, probably working through the rubble. And that article was said by Jackie Garded. Just to keep themselves alive, people had to steal and pick through all the rubble. Many people wouldn't leave their loved one's side, and those who were stuck in the rubble, bearing through the pain with them. Evans had no one to bring him food or water, and no one to bear through the pain with him. A few days after the earthquake is when most of the disaster relief teams started to arrive. Deb Lau, who was an emergency nurse in Haiti, arrived 6 days after the damage was done. Her team was able to provide a full surgical team and a makeshift hospital. Deb was told by some of the Marines that her team's curfew was as soon as it got dark, because of all the stealing that was going on. So many of the patients couldn't be monitored at night, and no one was there for their care. Since there were so many patients, the medical supplies that was used up very fast. This meant that the team had to improvise. For example, they would use string for splints and casts, and also wood like this too. Anything that they could get their hands on. A lot of the decisions that were made by the hospitals and their surgical teams were based off of educated guesses because they were very low on staff and equipment. Also, since there were no ambulances to transfer patients, they had to use buses and cars, making everything a lot more difficult and delayed. Disease was spread a lot faster than normal because of the lack of hygiene. Before, only half of the children in Haiti had been vaccinated for basic diseases, and over 200,000 of the people lived with HIV or AIDS. Haiti is still struggling severely even after months after the earthquake. For starters, there were multiple aftershocks, which definitely didn't help with the reconstruction, and to repair the damage it was over $14 million. That was said by Michael Elliott. Since Haiti is one of the poorest nations in the Western Hemisphere, they were unable to afford a majority of that number. The people of Haiti had no way of knowing something like this was coming. They were even certainly not prepared, and even if they were, the earthquake still would have robbed them of everything that they own. Rescue teams were quick to the scene, but not everyone could be helped or saved. Rescue teams worked fast and diligently, but that wasn't enough. Soon they ran out of supplies, and the number of patients kept growing. More and more supplies were sent, but oftentimes it didn't get there in time and didn't help that certain patient. Haiti won't ever fully recover from something like this. Some people today still struggle with not only the effect of it, but what it did to their homes and their loved ones. They were completely torn apart.